Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new video. Today we're talking about HBAR because things have gotten really interesting lately with the Canary HBAR ETF and the latest price action. And we'll break down about the HBAR's institutional inflows, the recent sport breaks, and the chart patterns and why they are making waves in the market. And there are some very interesting signals to watch that could hint at what's coming next. But before we dive fully into all these numbers and the technical analysis, I do want to highlight today's sponsor, which is a project that is currently running its pre-sale that is called Truso. Links will be in the description, including the full video that I made on it. Now, this is relevant because it shows an innovative approach in crypto, connecting real-world economics to blockchain in a way that's really easy to understand. Truso is a utility token that is built on the Binance Smart Chain that ties real-world real estate profits directly to token scarcity. So whenever the team buys and they renovate a property and then sells it, 50% of the profit goes to buy back and burn the TRS token in the open market, while the other 50% is used to invest into new real estate projects to keep the growth cycle growing. That means every successful property flip directly affects the token deflationary mechanisms. And additionally, every transaction has a 0.5% fees, where 60% of that fee is burned, 30% funds the treasury for marketing, for audits, for development, and 10% goes to liquidity to stabilize the market. And the smart contracts also include a deflation cap that makes sure that no more than 50% of the total supply can ever be burned, which keeps everything sustainable. The pre-sale is currently live in multiple phases, and phase 0 includes a whitelist with exclusive NFT access for early sporters. You can check out the website, trusotoken.com. Link will be in the description. And you can see the pre-sale widget, which shows the current price, how much USDT has been raised, and the remaining tokens. And you can purchase using crypto or card. And you can learn about the buyback and burn mechanism and the roadmap and features from the website. You can also learn about it in the full video that I made on it, which will be linked in the description. Now, before we get into HBAR, do note that none of this is a financial advice, but it is a cool example of connecting real-world activity to token scarcity while the pre-sale is still open. Now, coming back to HBAR, on the listing day of the Canary HBAR ETF, the HBAR's price jumped to a 20-day high of around $0.21 before pulling back into a tighter range between $0.19 and $0.20, which was a classic sell the news event or the sell the news reaction as traders took quick profits. But even after the initial pullback, HBAR started to separate itself from the pack, outperforming Litecoin's ETF and becoming the most searched real-world asset token on CoinMarketCap, signaling growing attention for both retail and institutional players. Initially, the ETF saw around $2.2 million in inflows in the first 2 days, but by October 30, inflows had surged to nearly $30 million, bringing the total net assets to over $33 million, which showed rapidly increasing institutional confidence. And fast forward to the latest session, HBAR dropped 3.5% from $0.1817 to $0.1754, breaking key support despite ETF inflows hitting $68 million across 6 consecutive sessions. The token faced rejection at about $0.1805 resistance after a morning spike to $0.1802 on significant volume, 79% above daily averages, but the volume tapered off later, suggesting that institutional buyers stepped back while retail participants, they drove the late session weakness. HBAR's 4.5% intraday range shows heightened volatility even in a relatively muted crypto market. On-chain data still shows accumulation by larger wallets, supporting the idea that the pullback could be a temporary redistribution rather than a fundamental shift. So technically, HBAR broke out of a long-term descending trend line after months of pressure and is now retesting the $0.1754 to $0.1760 support zone, which could act as a new base. If this supports hold, the next upside target includes $0.1805 as the next major resistance zone. So in summary, Hedera is in a strong technical and fundamental position. Institutional interest is increasing through the Canary HBAR ETF. Whale accumulation continues and the price is forming constructive setup after breaking the descending trend line. Key levels to watch in the coming sessions are support around $0.1740 to $0.1750 and resistance at $0.1805, as this indicate if HBAR can maintain momentum and potentially build toward the next major resistance zone. As always, none of this is a financial advice. This is an objective overview of HBAR's current situation and what to watch in the market in the near term. So make sure that you do your own investigation and research before making any trading decisions. And if you're interested in Truso and its pre-sale, make sure that you watch the complete video that will be linked in the description, and make sure that you check their website and their Twitter, which will also be linked in the description. And I'll see you guys in the next video shortly. So stay tuned.